Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Is it my screen is can be seen all over the world?
Yeah, yes, clear.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Very good.
Okay. By the way, before I proceed to my presentation, I'd like to commend the organizer, especially Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris is a good
Yes,
friend of mine, and as well as Madam Julie. And I would
yes,
like also to give an advance announcement. Maybe this is, although this is a tentative schedule, but within this year, maybe this year on November, if the event will push through, so the next international training workshop for the research and the action research, the TESOL and the EFL would be a great opportunity for us. And I would like to invite again Dr. Chris and Madam Julie and
yes.
issues in the Philippines, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. And currently, we back 2022 and 2023, this data is from the national government and other from national government organization also. And of course, there are some, for me, in this area, the primary concern is adequacy of funding of education, especially budget. And people in the Philippines right now, because we don't have data for the 2025, because the first quarter of 2025 is not yet delivered. So for now is the February. So I got the data from 2022 and the 2023, including the 2024. And of course, a lot of sectors in the Philippines right now, especially as I have mentioned, the COVID-19 struck and caused problems of millions Filipinos. And that is why moving forward, such issues can lead to worse long-term effects. And now we'll deep into the current status and how we can take part in a social effort to help fight this key concerns of our country. I am pertaining to my country, Philippines. 2.8 billion. That was 2023 budgeting for 2023, and this this budget having applied already for the 2024. And last year, December 2024, they have already allotted budget for the 2025 for the Philippine education. And look at this kind of presentation will remain as being the highest budgetary priority because this is a mandate by the Constitution. The DepEd also increased for the 3.3 billion. And that was in 2022. And for the 2023, the 710.6 billion is already in place for all sectors, but for the public schools only, not intended for the private schools. But then again, as I have mentioned, that before, the rich people living in the cities have, undeveloped towns, they have a lot of opportunities to tuck in and to sustain, to learn a very high, maybe high standard quality education. But what about for the poor students? Colleagues, look at now the slice or the capsulized country in terms of spending per students for the public schools for the K to 12 program. See the difference. And this one, reality check. See, going back to the previous data, look at this. And for this one, Philippines still has one of the lowest budget allocations to education among the ASEAN countries that I've been mentioned a while ago, the 11 ASEAN countries. Concerns about the money, as I've been mentioned, lack of not gadget, but not all, but some. Then poor internet signal, in the Philippines have that kind of a problem. Students struggle to focus and learn online because we used to have really a manual type of learning mode. But now, Philippines in the 2023, 24, 25, in this 21st century, we are now adopting the online category of, method of learning in the duty to when it comes to knowledge and critical outlook. Because quality education has been said and delivered that teachers 140 to 60 students, as what I have mentioned a while ago. Because in the Philippines, we have the PISA. PISA. The PISA means PI is a program for international students assessment. Program for International Student Assessment. That's PISA in the Philippines. That anchored by CHED. No. DepEd, Department of Education. Because DepEd have a tie-up program with the PISA, PISA. Again, Program for International Students Assessment. A kind of examinations to assess our students here, how far the quality education could really give some, status. And of course, next, the budget. We have discussed already the budget, the cost of every students, the growing rate of the diverse effects, especially in Davao City right now. Our population last year we have 1.7, but right now we are leading to 2 point something million in Davao City alone in terms of students, and again lack of classrooms and lack of resources, classrooms resources including classrooms, large scale shortfalls in classrooms, teachers, and other tools to sustain sound learning also make up a big issue here in Philippines, not just only for Davao but the entire country, lack of resources. But when we say lack of resources, all this add to the big pictures of the current system's growing concerns for the Philippine education in terms of quality format. Next, of course, this is just kind for your reference. From the table 1, the previous slides, we have the overview of the study. I'm now in Davao City, which is the state land of Mindanao. Number of schools, 45. And urban schools, 27. So you can read it. You can have it for your reference. I will not explain it one by one. And of course, this one is anchored from this data, the overview of study for Mindanao only. And this one, the medium low, and the other percentage of that for the overview of study from Mindanao only. And this one also, results of Teach Classroom Observation Study. You can read it, you can take pictures from my presentations so that you can have your future reference and information. Okay, let's move for this excessively low pay. Again, as I have been mentioned, I'm not comparing the salary or the wages for the teachers in our country compared to other country. I've been in Thailand. Of course, I know the cost of living of Thailand, in Cambodia, in Myanmar, in Laos. So I've been there way back 2017, 18, and 19. You know, it's a quite big difference. But right now in 2025, I think the teacher one in our country, salary grade 11, I think 27,000 plus. 27. This data, again, I would like to clear up 2023 and 2024 data.